Yeah, it's a little weird.
To the Jewish community.
Yeah, I mean, listen, you would have to search far, at least when I was there, to find anybody more pro-Israeli than me. I had people in the House floor joke all the time, hey, if you ever need a key to City Tel Aviv, you know, you got it. I've spoke at a lot of AIPAC events, fundraising events in the past, but I said it in real time. The attacks weren't proportional. And the thing that upset me as a staunch supporter of Israel was that Hamas was on the run. Hamas was getting weakened by the day. And these attacks, which were not proportional, only played into Hamas's hands and strengthened them at the time and caused a great deal of human suffering. And yes, of course, the onus is on Hamas. The onus is on the Palestinian terrorists who continue launching rockets into Israel every single day. And it is a constant attack. And of course I understand that. The response was not proportional. The response was not in the best interest not only of the Palestinians, who many of them, innocents, were killed, but also the Israeli people. Yeah. Who actually had Hamas back on their heels because Hamas doesn't know how to run anything.
So there is there's a very pro-Israel position to take out that says you need to call out Israel when it's excessively retaliating.
Well, exactly.
And it's a more sophisticated position. The problem has always been that if you make that argument, it's a bit too convoluted to filter into a presidential campaign. What Bernie Sanders did last night is he opened the door for people to start making that argument more forcefully. And I think that in itself...
Well, I mean, I don't know if Bernie Sanders has had a 20-year background of being staunchly pro-Israel. If you do have that
lived in Israel, you know?
Yeah, we've heard that.
Well, he did.
I know, but
why are you discounting like some really basic parts of who he is? I mean, that's,
what do you mean?
Well, I think he showed courage.
You know, I think that's true.
And he plays to the truth. He never panders.
Well, the one thing I would say, we got discussion partly because of that New York Daily News interview when Sanders did misstate the number of casualties that were caused by that response, and there was swift backlash from the Anti-Defamation League and others, and he is now saying the number he used was the number of those injured, not killed. That, of course, is something that has, you know, caused a lot of concern among pro-Israel.
But you can, though, and I'm not speaking for Bernie, you can be pro-Israel.
Absolutely.
And at the same time say, you're not helping your cause, you're not helping those of us who've supported you our entire lives. The approach is just was too much. So I think that would have been legitimate. But again, Mike, so much of it depends on context. Was it coming from a lifelong supporter of Israel, or was it coming, you know, who supported them in Congress, or was it coming from somebody who would never seem to be quite as supportive on policy issues?
Well, to